what have your first impressions been of the university now that you have a semester under your belt?
It's been good. It's a really big place.
Yeah.
And I think I knew that before coming, but you don't know everything about a place until you get there and you start to experience it. So there are so many centers for things and institutes and offices and departments and units and then people in there and then really wonderful students. So I'm taking my time getting to know people and places and things, but it's been good.
Anything that you had no idea about prior to coming and then you're here and you're like, whoa, that thing, or that center, that resource?
Well, in my first couple of weeks here, I went to a conference on diversity, which was organized by, I think, one of the assistant vice president's offices. But I was really impressed by the amount of Rutgers representation, faculty and staff who were presenting as panelists on those panels about diversity and kind of the different iterations of it at the university and kind of broadly speaking, both in research and kind of social justice initiatives around different topics that people were presenting on. So that was really impressive, that there was so much kind of homegrown or local talent.
Musu's research focused on the experiences of academically talented Black women in college, inside and outside the classroom, at urban, historically white institutions. It's a pretty unique and specific field of interest. So how did you end up on that topic?
Sure. Originally I wanted to study student athletes, and I didn't know what about student athletes I wanted to study. I thought that was just kind of my population of interest. But when I started my PhD program is also when I started working at my previous institution. It was an honors program there. And this topic kind of found me because after my first year there, a student came in my office and said, hey, I'm having this experience. And we weren't really very close, but she felt like she could be confident with me about sharing her experiences, and she'd had some challenges in the classroom, and she told me about this experience, and it's the opening chapter of my dissertation. And so that turned into me creating a student organization or a series of gatherings to support students of color, broadly speaking, not just Black women. Even if only 16 students in our program are having that experience, or in anybody's program are having that experience, that's 16 students who need more support, right?
Yeah.
And so to know that those kinds of experiences, constructive and not so constructive, because I found that some students were having a great experience and they didn't really have a lot of challenges associated with some of the other issues that I discussed in the dissertation. But it was really exciting to realize that there was a problem and then work with those students to think about what some strategies for solutions could be, and now be in a position where I can kind of help craft those solutions.
Do you know if the student organization is still going at
It
Temple?
is.
Yeah?
It is, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for any students that may be watching this and feel like they haven't found their space yet, or they haven't found that connection?
See what kinds of student orgs are around campus. Is there a sorority that has, service interests that you're into? Is there a leadership organization that you can join? That kind of stuff. And then also, the thing that students tell me most that they regret, usually this is end of the year, and they found some really great thing, and they're so excited and they're happy, and they're thinking back to the first few weeks of the semester when they didn't know a lot of people, or they didn't love their classes, or they had a lot of homework, is they regret not going to that really cool event, or that really awesome talk, or that really fun dance party that they heard about because their friends didn't want to go. Right? So if you're genuinely interested in something, go to it. Go check it out. Follow your heart. But if you're interested in something, go to it, because there are going to be other people who are obviously also interested in that thing at that event, and maybe you'll meet somebody and it'll be great, right? So in honors by itself, we've got lots of opportunities like that, right? So we've got a peer mentoring program, we have a faculty mentoring program, we have honors ambassadors who help from the minute a student gets accepted to learning about the university. So, there's lots of different ways to use the resources here to get to know the university and feel more comfortable here. But in terms of, I think, helping students find their space, there's got to be a little bit of effort on your part.
Yeah.
But once you get here, as long as you try and go to some stuff and be willing to try things sometimes alone, you'll figure it out.
Musu, thank you so much for your time today. Any student who was interested by this video or just wanted to meet with you, or wanted advising, how could they reach you and where would they meet you?
Sure. So my email address is just a.musu, M-U-S-U, .davis@rutgers.edu. I usually manage my own calendar, so they can just shoot me an email or stop by 35. I'm happy to meet with people or chat.
Awesome.